How's it going, guys? It is Kyle and we are back for another vlog, and today we're going to be discussing the English language and the Chinese language and the differences. So we're going to make it short, sweet, and super simple to follow. So let's get crack-a-lacking. First one is the alphabet. Now, this is the most common one and the most well-known difference between, well, the Chinese language and the English language. Well, firstly, the English language consists of a bunch of letters put together to form words, words put together to form sentences. The alphabet, A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. Now, in the Chinese language, well, it's less of a letter-based, more of a symbol-based orientation, right? Which means there's a bunch of symbols that they write out, and those symbols or pictures, drawings, represent, well, words, objects, and things around us, right? Put together to form sentences, paragraphs, stories, and all that, okay? So that's the most common difference. Now, we're going to go through some slightly less common or more or less well-known, I should say, differences between the two languages. Let's get into it. Cool, guys. So tenses and gender. One of the major differences in the Chinese language is that there is no tense and there is no gender. Now, what do I mean by that? If we had to say, what did I do yesterday? Or if we had to ask your Brady, what did he do yesterday or she? Well, 9 out of 10 times he's going to say, well, I sing yesterday. I sing today. I sing tomorrow. Okay. Why? Because there is no simple, perfect, and continuous and everything in between in the Chinese language. Okay. It stays the exact same. So if you think about it this way, I'm a 15-year-old Chinese boy. I've learned this way for 15 years that there is no tense. And now all of a sudden I'm doing my very first class and I'm speaking about the past tense, right? It's going to be super confusing and super difficult for me. So as a buddy, we have to take that into consideration, make sure that we don't get too stressed out, and make it into a nice, fun activity for him or her to learn, okay? The more fun they're having, the easier it is for them to learn and the more they're going to take in. So again, I can't stress enough, don't stress. It will, or they will get it eventually, okay? So point number one, there is no tense. Now, the other side of that is gender. There is no gender. Chinese is pretty much a gender neutral language, okay? What that means is there's no him, her, he's, him, hers, he's, he. There we go. Perfect. There's none of that stuff, right? So again, and I can speak from experience, today's lesson, right? And if you guys are watching this in the future, what is the date? It is the 4th of the 7th of 2019. Yeah. So one of my Breadies today, he kept on getting confused between him, he's, her, and he's. I said that. There we go. Right? He kept on getting confused between those. And generally, when he spoke about his dad, he referred to it as she. And when he spoke about his mom, he referred to her as him. Okay? And that's purely because they don't have that. And they're pretty much learning that from scratch in our lessons. Again, 15 years of going, well, those words are not important. I don't have to learn them. There's no point in memorizing them. This is not in my language. And now all of a sudden, it's the very first lesson. And this person on the other side who I've never seen before is going, it's a she. She has red hair. She. It's going to frustrate him. It's going to frustrate you. And it's going to make everything really, really awkward and, well, not really that friendly, right? So just take it in your stride and eventually they will get it right. So don't stress too much about gender and tense. So let's have a look at the next section. So the next section is super simple and super short, but it's that important. And the reason why I say it's that important is because I'll end up correcting this at least 10 times in a 25-minute session. And that is the use of articles. So what are we talking about? The, a, and an, if the following word begins with a vowel. Okay, now in the Chinese language, again, they don't necessarily have those three articles, right? Or articles at all. Which means, again, if I'm that 15-year-old boy, well, for 15 years, I spent time learning a language or learning something that, well, doesn't include articles. Now all of a sudden it's my first English lesson. Someone's throwing me these random words that I've got to add into the sentence. Well, one, he's not going to understand why it's there, and two, he's going to get really frustrated if you keep correcting him all the time with some sort of attitude, right? So, woosah, don't stress, make it again, or make it as fun as you can possibly make it, and then correct a couple. But if he keeps doing it, don't overcorrect. They're going to lose confidence and they're going to switch off completely. Maybe correct it 10 times, right, in the space of 25 minutes, but nothing more than that. And then leave it and let it slide and you'll correct it again, okay? Just remember to put it in the review and they can see, or the next buddy can actually see what they need to correct in the actual lesson. Now, how do I go around using articles? Now, with what I generally explain it as, it's the specific thing or event that's happening at a specific time, right? It's a very specific thing. So what I mean by that with a sentence, can I get the green pen on the coffee table, please? Now, what does that mean? Well, I don't want any pen. I just want the green one, a specific pen. Where is it? In a specific place. It's on the coffee table, okay? But if I'm talking about something more generalized, maybe I'll say, well, can I have a pen? Could you pass me a pen? Well, what pen would you like? I've got a green one, orange one, yellow one, and purple one. Well, it doesn't matter. I just want a pen, and I would like to write something. Doesn't matter what color it is. A. So it's general. I want any pen, okay? But he wants the green one on the coffee table. Could I get you the one from the lounge or the living room? No, I want it from the coffee table that's in the bathroom. Why is it in the bathroom? I don't know, but it's a specific place and it's a specific thing. Does that make sense? Perfect. There we go. It just came out. I know. Okay, so again, don't stress too much about it, okay? Correct as much as you can, but don't overcorrect, and keep it in a nice tone, a nice friendly tone when you are correcting it. Cool, guys. So those are the main things that I've picked up on through my millions of years of teaching at IQ Bar, right? And that is your tense, your articles, and your gender, okay? Those are the three main common mistakes, right? Now, just to end off, we're going to go through some random facts about the English language versus the Chinese language, right? So, English language, we use a lot of abstract expressions. Chinese language, well, in the Chinese language, I should say, they use a lot of concrete objects to express abstract thoughts, right? So there's a little bit of a difference there. In the Chinese language, there's no singular or plural forms, which is why it also gets so confusing with adding the S and not adding the S. Then the other thing is that I find really interesting is there's no countable or uncountable nouns. It's pretty much just one money, one homework, and one child, right? And then, well, two money, two homework, and two child, right? So there is no countable and non-countables, no singular, no plurals. My word, English language, no singular or plural forms, okay? Then a couple of other things that's really interesting is that I and me are pretty much exactly the same, okay? It's interchangeable. There's no difference between I'm going to the shop and me going to the shop. They use it as the same thing, okay? Then the other thing is, well, this I mentioned already, he, him, and she, her. Well, they're all the same, okay? It's a gender neutral language, okay? Then a couple of other things that we can add in over there, right? And that is the verb to be is widely used in English, however, it is not used in Chinese. And what do I mean by that? We can say we will be together, and in China or Chinese, we would say we together, okay? Which is why it ends up being left out. Same as your articles, okay? So, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys.